Before you spend $3,000 on a TV in 2026, stop. Because the dirty little secret of the TV industry right now is this: you don't need flagship money to get flagship performance anymore. The gap between a $1,500 TV and a $3,000 TV has never been smaller, and some brands are quietly panicking because of it. Panels are maturing, processing is catching up, and price collapses are exposing how much of premium used to be marketing fluff. Today, I'm breaking down 7 TVs under $1,500 that in real living rooms feel shockingly close to $3,000 flagships. Not in a showroom, not on demo loops, but where it actually matters: your couch, your lighting, your habits. If you want to avoid overpaying, do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe for more honest TV advice, and drop a comment telling me what TV you're using right now and what you hate about it. I've also placed product links in the description so you can check current pricing whenever you're ready. And if you want to support the channel directly, super thanks is always appreciated. Now let's get into the list, starting with the TVs that quietly punch way above their weight.
Number 7. TCL Q7 QM7, the entry point to flagship behavior. TCL has learned something most brands still ignore. You don't need perfection to feel premium. You need balance and consistency. The Q7 and QM7 series sit right at the edge of budget and flagship thinking. On paper, they don't scream luxury, no fancy branding, no overhyped buzzwords, but in real-world use, they feel far more expensive than their price suggests. You're getting mini LED backlighting for better contrast control, strong peak brightness that actually shows HDR highlights, solid local dimming that avoids obvious blooming, and surprisingly good motion handling for sports and fast content. What shocks most buyers is how stable these TVs feel day after day. Menus don't lag, inputs respond instantly, text stays sharp and readable, sports don't smear or fall apart during fast camera pans. Are blacks OLED perfect? No. Is processing Sony level? Also no. But here's the reality most people miss. Most $3,000 TVs don't look $1,500 better anymore, especially in normal living rooms, and TCL understands that gap better than anyone. This is a TV that doesn't try to impress you in 5 minutes at a store. It earns its value over weeks of ownership, when everything just works and nothing annoys you. And at this price, that's exactly what premium should feel like.
Number 6. Hisense U7K U7 series, the underrated all-rounder. If you only listen to spec sheets, you'd think Hisense is reckless. High brightness, aggressive pricing, constant model refreshes. It looks chaotic from the outside. But the U7 series is where Hisense stops being loud and starts being smart. This TV isn't tuned for dark YouTube studios or demo loops. It's tuned for real living rooms, real daylight, and real habits. The U7 handles daytime viewing without washing out, HDR that pops without crushing highlights or blowing whites, sports with clean, readable motion, streaming content with strong clarity and solid upscaling. Instead of chasing absurd brightness numbers just to win headlines, the U7 chases usability, and that choice changes everything. Menus feel responsive, picture modes behave predictably. You're not constantly fighting the TV to make it look right. For under $1,500, especially once you step into larger screen sizes, you get a TV that doesn't demand blackout curtains, doesn't require endless setting tweaks, and doesn't fatigue your eyes after 2 hours of watching. That effortless, set-it-and-forget-it experience is what people usually pay double for. The U7 just happens to deliver it quietly, and that's why it's so underrated.
Number 5. Sony X90L. Processing is the hidden luxury. This is where things get interesting, because the Sony X90L doesn't look like a $3,000 TV until you actually sit down and watch it for a few days. Sony doesn't chase brightness wars. They don't inflate specs for marketing slides. They win with processing intelligence, and that's harder to see in a store, but impossible to miss at home. The X90L makes cable TV look cleaner and more stable, streaming compression less obvious, sports motion feel natural instead of jittery, faces look human instead of glossy or plastic. Nothing jumps out as wow in the first 5 minutes, and that's the point. This TV feels comfortably premium. You don't fight the settings. You don't second-guess picture modes. You don't feel eye fatigue after long sessions. You just watch, and the TV quietly stays out of the way. That's the real difference between expensive TVs and cheap ones. Not peak brightness, not spec charts, but how invisible the technology feels once the screen turns on. If you watch a lot of sports, news, older cable content, long daily viewing sessions, the X90L will feel more flagship than many brighter TVs with worse processing. And that's why Sony still owns this category better than almost anyone.
Number 4. Samsung QN85C and QN90C, price-dropped models. Brightness that solves real problems. Samsung's Neo QLED lineup exists for one reason: bright rooms. These TVs aren't about flash, they're about practicality. And when these models drop under $1,500, they suddenly become absurd value, a real steal for what they deliver. You're getting mini LED panels with excellent local dimming that keep dark scenes detailed without crushing shadows. Elite anti-glare coating that tames reflections, even in sunny living rooms. High sustained brightness that punches through daylight without washing out colors. Clean, punchy HDR that makes movies, sports, and shows pop naturally. This is the kind of TV that works at noon, not just after the sun sets. With windows open, with lights on. Text stays readable on news tickers, menus, and subtitles. Highlights don't collapse. Reflections soften instead of turning your screen into a mirror. Samsung charges a premium at launch, and for good reason. The build quality, processing, and polish are elite. But once prices fall, these QN85C and QN90C models absolutely feel like $3,000 flagships. For households that watch in bright conditions, stream sports, or keep the lights on while watching movies, this is one of the smartest buys you can make. It proves that price drops don't just save money, they can unlock real-world value that matches or even beats more expensive competitors. Number 3. LG C3 OLED. Yesterday's luxury, today's steal. OLED used to be untouchable, the kind of display you only dreamed of owning without paying a fortune. Then, like clockwork, prices dropped, and suddenly what was once premium became attainable. The LG C3 is one of the clearest examples of how timing beats specs in 2026. This TV didn't get worse, it didn't lose features, it didn't suddenly age or become obsolete, it just got cheaper. And when that happens, you're getting flagship-level performance at a fraction of the price. At today's prices, the C3 delivers perfect blacks that make shadow detail pop and cinematic scenes feel immersive. Infinite contrast that gives both bright highlights and dark scenes equal clarity. Zero blooming, so bright objects don't bleed into dark areas. Excellent gaming performance with low input lag, HDMI 2.1 support, and fast pixel response. Clean, cinematic motion that makes movies and TV shows feel fluid and natural. This is real premium picture quality. Content looks as it was intended by filmmakers and game developers alike. Every frame feels deliberate. Every scene feels alive. The only reason it's number 3 instead of number 1 is environmental. OLED still prefers controlled lighting. Bright rooms, large windows, or harsh reflections will reduce its advantages compared to mini LEDs. But if you watch movies at night, binge your favorite shows, or play games in the evening, this TV absolutely feels like a $3,000 experience. It's a masterclass in how timing and pricing can turn yesterday's luxury into today's unbeatable deal. And here's the kicker. LG C3 doesn't just wow your eyes, it's dependable over years of use. Burn-in mitigation has improved, WebOS remains smooth, and the panel quality is consistent. You're not just buying a picture, you're buying confidence that this TV will still perform beautifully in 5 years. For anyone who values cinematic accuracy, late-night viewing, and a TV that feels right from the moment you turn it on, the LG C3 is a no-brainer steal in 2026.
Number 2. Samsung S90C, S90D, QD OLED deals. Flagship color without flagship pricing. QD OLED completely changed the conversation in 2026. Suddenly, you could have OLED-level perfect blacks and vibrant, punchy colors without worrying about the usual compromises. The Samsung S90 series embodies this leap, offering a mix of premium features that feel like a $3,000 flagship. Yet today, many of these models fall under $1,500. Here's what you're really getting. Perfect OLED blacks that make cinematic content glow. Quantum dot color volume for richer, more accurate hues that don't feel oversaturated. Higher brightness than traditional OLEDs, so daytime viewing is far more practical. HDR that hits hard without crushing shadows or highlights. This is OLED without the old compromises. Colors are deep and accurate but never cartoonish. Highlights pop exactly where they should. Dark scenes maintain detail. HDR feels alive and immersive, making movies, shows, and games feel cinematic. And the timing couldn't be better. When these S90 models dip under $1,500, they become one of the most unfair values on the market. Buyers who snag these deals are often floored, saying things like, "I don't know why I paid full price last year." This TV is bold, it's cinematic, it's modern. It handles gaming, movies, and everyday TV effortlessly. And the long-term perks? The QD OLED panel is engineered for durability, with strong burn-in mitigation and excellent longevity. Samsung's processing ensures motion handling stays smooth, upscaling remains top tier, and the interface is polished and fast. For anyone chasing true flagship picture without the flagship price tag, the S90C or S90D is a steal in 2026. It's a rare moment when technology and pricing align perfectly. And if your room lighting allows it, this is a $3,000 experience for nearly half the cost. Number 1. Sony A80L OLED. The flagship feeling that never gets old. This is the TV that quietly wins year after year, not because it's the brightest in the showroom, not because it screams flashy specs, but because it gets everything right, every single detail, every single time you turn it on. The Sony A80L delivers OLED contrast perfection that makes shadows vanish and highlights pop naturally. Best-in-class motion processing for smooth sports, movies, and fast-paced gaming. Industry-leading upscaling that transforms low-quality content into something watchable, even impressive. Natural, fatigue-free colors that never oversaturate, making long viewing sessions effortless. And exceptional built-in sound for a slim panel, so you don't immediately need a soundbar. This TV is built for humans, not spec sheets. Bad content looks better, good content looks great, and truly excellent content, it feels cinematic. The experience isn't just about a one-time wow, it's about feeling right every single time you watch. And here's the thing that separates it from the rest: longevity. 5 years from now, the A80L will still feel correct. Menus won't lag, colors won't shift, motion will still feel clean, and you won't second-guess a single choice you made when buying it. For viewers who value consistency, cinematic experience, and a TV that just works, this is the ultimate flagship. It's the quiet performer in a market full of hype.
That's exactly what $3,000 TVs are supposed to deliver, and at today's price, it might feel like a steal compared to the stress of chasing bigger numbers elsewhere. The Sony A80L is a TV that doesn't need to show off in the store. It doesn't need flashy demo loops. It earns your loyalty in the living room, in your real lighting, during your real daily routines. And that's why, for anyone who cares about the experience, this OLED remains the gold standard. Why these TVs feel expensive, even when they aren't. Here's the truth nobody likes admitting. Flagship TVs have stopped improving in leaps and bounds. Processing engines have matured, panels have stabilized, HDR standards have plateaued. The big innovations that used to justify $3,000 prices, most of them are already baked into $1,500 TVs today. So when prices drop, the perceived value explodes. These TVs feel premium, not because they've changed dramatically, but because they finally match the real-world needs of most viewers. They feel expensive because they don't fight your room. Bright rooms, reflections, open layouts, or daylight glare aren't a problem. They feel expensive because they don't demand perfect conditions. No need to black out your windows, no need to sit in the sweet spot, no constant menu adjustments or settings tweaking. They feel expensive because they don't require constant tweaking. Motion looks natural, text is readable, colors remain balanced, and HDR doesn't crush highlights or wash out shadows. Comfort is the new luxury. It's the feeling of turning the TV on, letting it do its job, and actually enjoying it. That effortless performance, that relaxed confidence is worth more than raw specs. When a TV makes your life easier, your viewing experience better, and your eyes less strained, that's why even mid-priced models suddenly feel like a $3,000 flagship. It's a psychological win long before any spec sheet patches up. Here's the reality in 2026. You don't need to spend $3,000 to feel like you did. The smartest buyers aren't chasing launches, they're chasing timing. They buy last year's excellence at today's reality. So before you upgrade, ask yourself, how bright is my room? What do I actually watch? Do I want perfection or peace? Drop those answers in the comments and I'll tell you exactly which TV makes sense for your setup. If this video helped you avoid overpaying, hit like, subscribe for more real-world TV advice, and check the links in the description when you're ready to shop. And if you want to directly support the channel and keep these deep dives coming, super thanks is always appreciated. Because the best TV upgrade in 2026 isn't the flashiest one, it's the one you stop thinking about. No glare, no regret, no buyer's remorse, just the right screen at the right price for years to come.